So we're doing page 56 notes. First of all, the textbook. So those at home, I'm gonna just take a picture of this really quick. And this is what we're gonna be doing right there to begin with. Okay, so, and I'll get this video going again. All right, so page 56, the title of the notes, and you're gonna write this in the center, is gonna be bacteria. Okay, so you guys will notice that in this text, you'll see green words, and you see purple. What's bigger, the green or purple?
The green.
The green, that's right. So your green, if you look ahead, there's multiple pages of green. Okay? That's going to be probably your Roman numerals. And then the purple will be some of your letters, but there could be other letters as well. Okay? So here's the weird part. The beginning sentence, the beginning paragraph, excuse me, does not have a heading. You guys see that?
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put Roman numeral 1, intro, paragraph. Okay? I didn't realize I didn't have it on the board. So intro paragraph like that. And now we're going to read the paragraph. And I've already done this, so I know we're going to write some things down from it. And so I'll start reading, and I'll lead this. So you should be working hard in writing. You may not know it, but seconds after you were born, tiny organisms surrounded and invaded your body. Today, millions of these organisms coat your skin. As you read this page, they swarm inside your nose, throat, and mouth. In fact, there are more organisms living in your mouth than there are people who are living in the earth. Now, there's some really cool facts in there, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put letter A, facts, from the intro paragraph. This is maybe not how you should do it, but this is how we're doing it. And then what I'm going to do is put a number 1, and you're going to write facts down. So you're going to write 2 or 3 facts that you get from the paragraph. All right? So it could be bacteria live in your nose, throat, and mouth, or more bacteria in your mouth than people in world. You with me on that, Colin? All right. If you don't see or feel these organisms because they're small, very small. They are found nearly everywhere on Earth: soil, rocks, Arctic ice, volcanoes. And this is how I'm going to do this. Found everywhere, and then I'm just going to give examples of some of them. Soil, rocks, volcanoes. These organisms are bacteria. I don't know that we had to write that down, but maybe I'm going to go back. Watch out what I'm going to do. Facts about bacteria, right? See how I did that? You could do that. You don't have to do that. And then we're done with the intro paragraph. So then what do we do? what another what? Yes. So Roman numeral 2 is going to be called the, and hey, I know this is tough, but you should be looking at your notes instead of at the board. If you have to follow on the board, it's not really helping you. You look at the notes and look and make sure you're doing it right. So the title is the bacterial cell. Copying from the board is kind of like copying off of Google. If you need to, you can. Okay? And then I'm going to move on. Does anybody have questions in here right now? Okay. Although there are many bacteria on Earth, they were not discovered until the late 1600s. Oh, Mrs. Carlson last hour said, hey, let's put for letter A, discovered. Number 1, and then you read the paragraph and you try to pull out about information about being discovered. You with me? So I see some people looking and reading and trying to do this on their own. That's fine. And I'm just slowing down, so if you want to keep doing it on your own, all right. If you wrote something different, that is also okay. So, discovered in the 1600s. And they were discovered by Van Leeuwenhoek. And I'm just going to put by accident underneath. And it says one day, oops, I skipped some. Leeuwenhoek had a rather unusual hobby, making microscopes. One day he was using one of his microscopes to look at scrapings from his teeth. He saw tiny organisms. Saw in scrapings from teeth. However, because microscopes were not powerful, Leeuwenhoek could not see details. That would be the end of that. So we're going to move on tomorrow, but we'll stop here for today. Okay, so we just read the intro to the next paragraph, and we saw that it continues to say the bacterial cell, and we're actually going to call this one also the bacterial cell. And then we notice that in the bacterial cell it said it's single celled. Okay, and then we'll continue reading that. And those at home should be reading a book, and you here should be reading the book, because I'll tell you what, you're going to be doing this on your own in about 5 minutes. Okay? So we're continuing to read, and it says, as you learned in chapter 1, the bacterial cell differ from cells and other organisms in many ways. Bacteria are prokaryotic. So then, what should we do for prokaryotic? Go ahead, Maya. Prokaryotic means it's I'll read on the next sentence there. It says the genetic material in cells is not contained in a nucleus. So how would we put that, Bradley?
Prokaryotes.
Well, so number 2 is going to be prokaryote. And then what does prokaryote mean? I'm just going to put a little dash below it. What does that mean? Does it have a nucleus?
Nope.
No. So that's what that reads, is it does not have a nucleus. So no nucleus. In addition to lacking a nucleus, that means that there's no nucleus. Colin, follow along. The cells of prokaryote also lack other structures that are found in cells of eukaryotes. What are the other structures? What are the structures in cells called?
Cell membrane and cell wall.
Yep, and other things. Organelles. So they have no organelles. That, however, regardless of the structure of their cells, prokaryotes accomplish all tasks necessary for life. That is, each bacterial cell uses energy, grows and develops, responds to its surroundings, and reproduces. So I don't think we need to add any more of that. Okay? I should take a picture of this for these people at home. And I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to stop and add a picture. Okay? So now we move on, and we are to this section right here. Cell shapes. All right? So that's going to be letter C. So letter C is cell shapes. And it reads, if you were to look at bacterial cells under a microscope, you would notice that bacterial cells have one of three basic shapes. So in cell shapes, then, I'm going to go down below and put, well, number one. What am I going to put for number one, folks? Three shapes. Three shapes. Below that, Jordan, what are we going to do?
Spherical,
Spherical?
rod-like, and spiral-shaped.
Yes, you're going to write all three of those shapes down. Spherical, rod-like, and spiral. And you'll notice that there are pictures to the right. You guys see that?
Yeah.
Everybody look and find those pictures. Then you're just going to draw those pictures in next to them. So spherical is round, rod-like, and spiral. Or however you do that. Okay. Now looking ahead, everybody figure out what goes next. What's the next thing you're going to do? Tyler?
Would we go on to D?
We're going to do D, correct? And what is D?
Cell structure.
Yep, cell structure. Boom. And then you go through and you continue to go. Next page, read every paragraph and take all the most important information out of there. The next page, there's a picture of a bacterial cell, so you're going to have to draw and label that picture. Everybody with me? All right, get after it.